Welcome viewers. Today we will discuss energy flow in autotrophic and detritus based ecosystems. Ecosystems are units consisting of a unified group of components forming a systematized whole. Energy moves unidirectionally through ecosystems from producers to consumers and from both these groups to decomposers along a food chain and ultimately is lost from the system in the form of heat. In autotrophic ecosystems, energy accumulated through net primary production used to support higher trophic levels moves unidirectionally through these levels and decreases in amount at each level. In detritus based ecosystems, energy also moves unidirectionally with losses at each trophic level. Decomposition of organic matter in detritus based ecosystems occurs through leaching, fragmentation, and by the activity of organisms, the rate and amount varying in different kinds of ecosystems. In general, the transfer of energy from one trophic level to the next is in the order of 10%. Physical laws govern energy flow in ecosystems. The behavior of energy in an ecosystem follows laws of thermodynamics. The first law of thermodynamics, or the law of conservation of energy, states that energy may be transformed from one form into another but is neither created nor destroyed. Light, for example, is a form of energy. It can be transformed into work, heat, or potential energy of food depending on the situation, but none of it is destroyed. Plants and other photosynthetic organisms convert solar energy to chemical energy, but the total amount of energy does not change. The total amount of energy stored in organic molecules plus the amounts reflected and dissipated as heat must equal the total solar energy intercepted by the plant. The second law of thermodynamics states that no process involving an energy transfer will spontaneously occur unless there is degradation of energy from a concentrated form into a dispersed form. Every ecosystem possesses certain thermodynamic characteristics, can create and maintain a high state of internal order or a condition of low entropy, a low amount of disorder. In the ecosystem's order, a complex biomass structure is maintained by the total community respiration, which continuously pumps out disorder. Accordingly, ecosystems are open, non-equilibrium thermodynamic systems that continuously exchange energy and matter with the environment to decrease internal entropy and increase external entropy, thus conforming to the laws of thermodynamics. Energy flow in ecosystems. The behavior of energy in an ecosystem is called energy flow. Energy flow is a fundamental property of ecosystems that links organisms with each other and to their environment. With respect to energy flow, the ecosystems are open systems. They are dependent on an external source of energy, which is the sun. Except for the deep sea hydrothermal ecosystems, sun is the only source of energy for all ecosystems on earth. Organisms that can convert solar energy into chemical energy during photosynthesis are called producers. Producers use most of the energy they make for themselves. Producers use cellular respiration to supply the energy they need to live. The energy that is not used by producers can be passed on to organisms that cannot make their own energy are called consumers. Consumers that eat producers to get energy are first order or primary consumers or herbivores, plant eaters. Most of the energy the primary consumer gets from the producer is used by the consumer. Some of the energy moves into the atmosphere as heat. Some energy in the primary consumer is stored and not lost to the atmosphere or used by the consumer itself. This energy is available for another consumer predator. A consumer that eats another consumer for energy is called a secondary or second order consumer. Maybe a carnivore or an omnivore, maybe a predator, maybe a scavenger. Most of the energy the secondary consumer gets from the primary consumer is used by the secondary consumer. Some of the energy is lost as heat, but some energy is stored and can pass on to another consumer. A consumer that eats a consumer that already ate a consumer is called a third order or tertiary consumer. Maybe a carnivore or an omnivore, maybe a scavenger. Consumers that eat producers and other consumers are called omnivores. Omnivores eat plants and animals. Consumers that hunt and kill other consumers are called predators. Consumers that eat other dead consumers are called scavengers. The transfer of energy from the sun to producers to primary consumers, then to higher order consumers can be shown in a food chain. Each successive level of nourishment in a food chain is known as trophic level. So, energy flows from one trophic level to another trophic level in an ecosystem. On average, about 10% of net energy production of one trophic level is passed on to next level. Processes that reduce the energy transferred between trophic levels include respiration, growth and reproduction, defecation and non-predatory death, organisms that die but are not eaten by consumers. The low rate of energy transfer between trophic levels makes decomposers generally more important than producers in terms of energy flow. Decomposers possess large amounts of organic matter and return nutrients to the ecosystem in inorganic forms, which are then taken up again by primary producers. Energy is not recycled during decomposition but rather is released mostly as heat. Energy flow in an autotroph based ecosystems. These ecosystems are characterized by a dependence on energy capture by photosynthetic autotrophs and secondarily by movement of that captured energy through the system via herbivory and carnivory. Autotrophic ecosystems are directly dependent on an influx of solar radiation. The sun is the ultimate source of energy for these ecosystems. Living organisms can use energy in basically two forms, radiant or fixed. Organisms that can take energy from inorganic sources and fix it into energy-rich organic molecules are called autotrophs. These ecosystems depend on autotrophic energy capture and the movement of this captured energy to herbivores. Organisms that require fixed energy found in organic molecules for their survival are called heterotrophs. Heterotrophs who obtain their energy from living organisms are called consumers. Decomposers or detritivores are heterotrophs that obtain their energy either from dead organisms or from organic compounds dispersed in the environment. Energy flow pathway in Cedar Bog Lake. The energy flow in this ecosystem was studied by Lindman, 1942, who reported that the total solar input was 118,872 gram calories per centimeter square per year, of which 118,761 gram calories per centimeter square per year remains unutilized. The autotrophs showed a gross production of 111 gram calories per centimeter square per year. From this energy, 23 gram calories per centimeter square per year was consumed in respiration, 3 gram calories per centimeter square per year in decomposition, and about 70 gram calories per centimeter square per year remained unutilized. The net primary production was therefore 88 gram calories per centimeter square per year. The autotrophs transferred 17% of their net primary production to herbivores and accumulated about 79.5% of food energy. Out of 15 gram calories per centimeter square per year, the herbivores used 4.5 gram calories per centimeter square per year, that is 30% in metabolic activities, 0.5 gram calories per centimeter square per year in decomposition, and 7.5 gram calories per centimeter square per year remained unutilized. Only 3 gram calories per centimeter square per year, that is 28.6% of net production, was passed on to carnivores. Carnivores used 60%, that is 1.8 gram calories per centimeter square per year of energy in metabolic activities, and 40%, that is 1.2 gram calories per centimeter square per year remained unutilized. According to Lindman, 1942, from gross primary production of 111 gram calories per centimeter square per year by autotrophs, a total of 29.3 gram calories per centimeter square per year was used in respiration, 3.5 gram calories per centimeter square per year in decomposition, and 78.2 gram calories per centimeter square per year remained unutilized. From this energy flow, two things became clear. Firstly, there is one-way direction in which energy moves, unidirectional flow of energy. The energy that is captured by the autotrophs does not revert back to sun, that which passes to the herbivores does not pass back to the autotrophs. As it moves progressively through the various trophic levels, it is no longer available to the previous level. Thus, due to one-way flow of energy, this system would collapse if the primary source, the sun, was cut off. Secondly, there occurs a progressive decrease in energy level at each tropic level. This is accounted largely by the energy dissipated as heat in metabolic activities and measured here as respiration coupled with unutilized energy. Energy flow in detritus based ecosystems. These ecosystems depend less on direct solar energy and more on the flux of dead organic material or detritus produced in this or other ecosystems. Some ecosystems, such as caves, are completely independent of direct solar energy and are instead completely energy dependent on the influx of detritus. Such ecosystems can be regarded as detritus based ecosystems. In other instances, subcomponents of an ecosystem derive their energy entirely from that system's detritus through decomposition. Decomposition of organic material in detritus based ecosystems occurs through leaching, fragmentation by the activity of organisms that may in turn facilitate both leaching and fragmentation. Detritus can be broadly defined as any form of non-living organic matter including different types of plant tissues, for example, leaf litter, deadwood, aquatic macrophytes, algae, animal tissues, dead microbes, as well as products secreted, excreted or exuded from organisms. Energy flow in a temperate deciduous forest. Lichens and Boerman studied energy flow pathway in the Hubbard Brook experiment forest, a sugar maple, beech and yellow birch forest in New Hampshire. Substantial portion of energy, that is 75% from net primary production, passes through detritus food chain and only 1% through grazing food chain. The sources of all the energy flowing through the detritus pathway are as follows: leaves 83%, root death 12%, non-leaf litter fall 2%, organic matter via precipitation 2%, fecal matter 0.9%, exuded by roots 0.1%, animal death traces. We can summarize this topic as energy flow is the transfer of energy through the biological food chains in an ecosystem. Only producers in an ecosystem have the ability to convert light energy into chemical energy and thus act as transducers or converters. The producers contain the most energy, they are autotrophs and manufacture their own food. All other organisms in an ecosystem depend on producers to meet their energy requirements, hence they are known as consumers. Consumers obtain energy by eating the producers, they are also known as heterotrophs. There may be several levels of consumers in an ecosystem, beginning with herbivores and then to the carnivores and omnivores. On average, about 10% of net energy production at one trophic level is passed to the next trophic level. The studies and experiments carried out in many ecosystems like Cedar Bog Lake ecosystem by Lindman 1942 reveals that there is unidirectional flow of energy. The energy captured by autotrophs does not revert back to the sun. That is all for you we have in this program. Thank you.